A little something, something. Okay. We are being streamed live on YouTube, and I want to welcome you all to a little something, something. I know we have all the morning um, clearing of the throat. Sorry about that, folks. It is early where we are. Well, at least where I'm at. Leslie, what time is it over there? It's already noon for you.
It's a very reasonable hour. It's 10 o'clock.
And okay, so welcome to the 12-step one tap mindset. And we are going to go through the 64 mindset attitudes and promises, and even statements of like how the brain works and what we can become aware or conscious about. So Leslie and I will be reading. So
Sure. So I'll be the odd numbers and you be the even numbers.
okay.
The 64 mindset attitudes and promises, a mental diet. 1, find yourself able to create something out of nothing. New realities, new future.
2, restore love and affinity with anyone at any time under any circumstances.
That actually becomes fun.
Right.
It's hard to do at first, but it becomes fun. 3, be able to shift your communication to being possibility-based and generative.
I love that one. You know, when you have a framework, a mindset framework, where you are looking through the lens of generating possibility, you know, I think we have this, we have either a fixed growth mindset or a growth mindset, right? It's either fixed, and somehow it has become fixed in this, there you go. It had become fixed in the survival part of our brain. So as brain trainers, we know that somewhere there was a switch where it became fixed. Like, this is the way it is. This is the way my mom did it. This is the way my grandma did it. This is what my great grandma, and it becomes very fixed. So when you're able, and this is the key about transformational living, is when you have a framework, you can pick one of these mindsets and be able to shift your communication to possibility based. Just notice what that would look like. Notice what pops up, the opportunities show up, so you can be generative or even have the idea that is possible. So
learning to ask the right questions right meaning useful was my first challenge. Is okay, how do I do that? And it became imagination, which was the really powerful thing. And here's part of what happens. Oh, I'm odd, aren't I?
Okay, 4.
Yes, I'm 5.
Discover a new way of listening that allows you to be in communication in any conversation.
5, have a newfound freedom and peace of mind.
6, experience a new level of power, self-expression, and leadership.
7, have reliable access to being free to be yourself without your program, isn't this interesting? Your problems, issues, something and something.
Pains and symptoms.
Pains and symptoms.
You know, sometimes we can't be ourselves because we're in a pain, or we have a symptom. It could be emotional symptom. It could be a physical ailment symptom. So sometimes problems, issue, pain, and symptoms rob us for being ourselves, like our true selves, because we're too busy protecting ourselves at some sort of level. You know, we're trying to control, manipulate, or avoid. So when you go through the 12-step transformational system, you'll have reliable access to be yourself, even though like all this stuff is happening around you. So 8, experience effectiveness in all areas of your life, a sense of peace and serenity.
9, share authentically your life's possibility, knowing that we run programs that are either conscious or unconscious, both at the same time, actually, I think sometimes.
Right. What number are you? 9? No, 10?
You're 10.
10, commit. Commit to, offer, request something that is important to you, extend an invitation.
That's nice. 11, find that self-expression comes naturally and easily to you, and that you are readily able to elicit it from others as well.
12, communicating with a new level of impact, effectiveness, and peace of mind.
13, experience being heard and hearing others beyond what's said in a way that each is truly to know the other.
This is powerful. You know, when you could experience someone in a way that because we experience people through our own personal filters, right? We experience them through an already always, they're always this way, they're already this. But to get to know the other person without those filters, you can just see the gift that they bring to your life, the gift they are in life. And that's huge, because like I said, we come with all these filters of all the things that they did wrong or bad, and they have their survival stuff too. You know, they're having their programs that they want to use, control, or manipulate. Okay, very good. What number?
What's nice is we don't have to figure any of that out. I think for me, the big driver word is curiosity. What if it's genuine curiosity?
Yeah.
I mean, what a neat thing, and what a remarkable thing too. I love all these small words that mean so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, curiosity. Okay, 15, gain structures, tools, and skills that create health, wealth, and happiness in areas that are most important to you.
Yeah, like curiosity. If you take curiosity as a structure or a tool into an endeavor or into your issue, problem, pain, symptom, if you take curiosity, like if you came from another planet and you're looking at this problem, you will have unconsciously a different perspective of how to work with that, how to create a new, different structure just by using curiosity.
Yeah.
Or what?
Play with that.
Yes. Or play with that. Very good. 16, we will become mature, responsible individuals with a great capacity for joy, fulfillment, and wonder.
17, though we may never be perfect, continued conscious progress will reveal to us our enormous potential.
18, we will discover that we are worthy of love and loving.
19, we will love others without losing ourselves, and will learn to accept love in return.
20, our sight, once clouded and confused, will clear, and we will be able to perceive reality and recognize truth.
21, courage and consciousness will replace fear.
22, we will be able to risk failure to develop new hidden talents.
And 23, our lives, no matter how battered and degraded, will yield hope to share with others.
Yeah. 24, we will begin to feel and we'll come to know the vastness of our emotions. I should put right here, and we will not be slaves to them.
Yes, good call. That's another one of those really tiny words that makes a big difference, the and substituting for but.
Yes.
25, our secrets will no longer bind us in shame. In fact, if we can see sometimes revealing in ways, however we can and do and choose, those secrets are ones that we really share with many of the people around us, and that's a big relief.
Yeah.
It gives, not only have you given ourselves permission to talk, but it's given somebody else the permission to talk and to feel. That's
Yeah.
a full connection.
Yeah, and that's that getting to know that other person. That's part of knowing that person. Not right or wrong, not good or bad. It's just knowing where their experience have been and where they've explored. 26, as we gain the ability to forgive ourselves, our families, and the world, our choices will expand.
27, with dignity, we will stand for ourselves, but not against our fellows.
28, serenity and peace will have meaning for us as we allow our lives and the lives of those we love to flow day by day with divine love, ease, balance, and grace.
29, no longer terrified, we will discover we are free to delight in life's paradox, mystery, and awe.
30, we will laugh more.
Nice. 31, fear will be replaced by gratitude. It will come naturally as we realize that our conscious continued awareness is doing for us and what we cannot do for ourselves.
32, we will acquire growing acceptance of our human programs as greater love and tolerance for each other.
And 33, self-pity, resentment, martyrdom, rage, and depression will fade and flip to gratitude, freedom, and speech with practice and consciousness. And yes, yeah.
Very good. 34, community rather than loneliness will define our lives. We will know that we belong, we are welcome, we have something to contribute, and that is enough. I think that's pretty big. You know, I think today, for me at least, it's like whatever's happening, that's enough. Like, that's enough. That is like a great place to be in gratitude in relationships, because there's a part of the survival part of the brain that wants more. It should be like this, it should be like that. But when you welcome and you contribute, that's enough. That is life right there happening.
35, we are motivated by our internal reactions, which are driven by pain or pleasure.
36, the avoidance of pain, feeling, or what we don't want is the biggest and most powerful motivator in our life.
This one I always fight with. So that's for another conversation. 37, fear, anger, stress, emotional trauma, guilt, sadness, rejections, abandonments, and so much more are felt physically or stressed reaction or pain.
Yeah. Your body is a mirror of your emotional experiences, beliefs, fears, and attitudes.
39, our bodies tell the truth, even when the conscious mind is unaware of what that truth is. Curiosity rises again, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Everything we say and do, what you believe to be true or not, is a representation of our view of the world. I don't know if I read that right or what. We don't operate, huh?
Close. A comma would be helpful.
Okay, we don't operate directly from the world, but from our own perception of it. Yeah, that's big.
41, our memories are not the real world. Who knew? They are recorded information from a distorted viewpoint of who we are. From these experiences, we created a view or understanding of the world. It is our own perception, which is learned.
Yeah, and I'd like to kind of look at that one. Yeah, our memories aren't real because why? Why are they not real? That's like an oxymoron, isn't that? Would that be the appropriate word to say for that one?
Not sure.
Our memories are not real. Uh yeah, because why? Natasha, you can. No, it's okay. What do you think? Because this is big. Okay, so let's go. What are memories? Memories, they have proof, they have a belief, and they connect because they connect with our physicalness, right? So if you have a memory of you falling at the age of 12, that's the past. That's not the real world here today. But if you keep replaying that drama, that recorded information from a 12-year-old, so whatever it was that you said to be able to deal with that embarrassment or that that experience, you created a viewpoint like, oh, I'm clumsy. And as a 12-year-old, you gave yourself the I'm clumsy mindset or operation. What did you say, Leslie?
No, I was just clearing my throat, actually.
Okay. So it's our own 12-year-old perception that we learn to repeat over and over because the brain loves patterns. So that is one way that you can see how they're not the real world. I am not clumsy just because I was clumsy at 12 and I created a story or a pattern that I'm clumsy. Now that I'm, of a woman of age, I can rewrite that. I can say, and you can rewrite it in a way that through faster EFT, eutaptics, the way we learn, the brain can learn and update. You can update that information because that recorded information, maybe you want, like I walk with elegance and ease. Why couldn't we have that distortion or viewpoint, right? That you walk with ease and grace. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about that.
I can add something to that. What I'm learning big time is that the things that we don't know that we know in our subconscious, however, can arise. And it's part of the story that is being told back there quietly. Maybe we had some physical trauma when we were young. And a person in the world now, as we have the world now, makes a gesture or a sound or a word that sounds like that to all that protective stuff that's been stored back here, and suddenly find yourself being afraid, being angry, being loud at somebody, and it's not the present real world. And that's what the tapping helps do, is to unattach the wires between that story and right now. At least it gives us a chance to pause and say, how real is that right now? How real? I know it feels real. And gives us a chance to look around. It's the feelings. I don't know about you guys, but feelings were always the marker of everything. And I'm learning that they're real negotiable.
Yes.
They're doing the best they can, but some of it is based on memories
Yes.
that we don't even know we have.
Yes.
So there's where I think curiosity comes up again. We can say, oh, I don't like the sound of my voice saying what I said. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Leslie. Beautiful. What great way to internalize that and process that and transform it like that over and over, capturing those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions. Not that they're real here and today, but there is a story that keeps them alive. So collapsing them, like Leslie was saying, through tapping, breathing, you can start transforming those. Okay, 42. We have, oh, and this is how you do it. We have an internal representational system that is visual, auditory, and it's feeling, smells, and taste. Memories seem real because they are accompanied by emotions and feelings. Yeah, and see, I think this is what this 12-step meeting helps, is because sometimes, like, how would you know that? It's not like you get taught that in elementary or in junior high or high school or in health ed. So this is a great time or opportunity to learn new perspectives. 43, is that you?
Well, the other part is that it's that we can do it together. I don't know how you feel about that, but when we're listening to each other explain things or share what's going on with us, that gives us two things. One, new information, and the other is companionship that says, here you're safe. You can say these things.
Yeah.
And that's not a small thing at all.
No,
Okay. Memory is an active synthetic process. Therefore, you can change its meaning.
44. Memories are not you. They are a distorted viewpoint recorded neurological in your brain. Memories are flexible and changeable. They are not stuck and permanent.
As I had some man tell me at one point, we're all prisoners of our past.
Yeah, that's a viewpoint, and that's a mindset, and that is a fixed mindset, right?
So the vision I got from him is from behind his bars. He was saying that to me because that's his experience.
Exactly. That's
and
his.
it was mine in some ways too. Who knew?
Yeah.
45. You don't necessarily believe what you see, but rather you see what you already believe. Belief created your experience. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he.
46. The mind body work as one because they are one. What affects the body also affects the mind, and what affects the mind also affects the body.
47. Your brain will operate all by itself, or you can take control of it since it is yours.
48. Your happiness comes from the level of control you have internally.
49. And since we operate from our inner perceptions, which are developed from our experiences, we have patterns, strategies, or certain ways of seeing, feeling, and hearing things. Already, always hearing and listening.
What number are we on?
50.
50. Our current problems are metaphoric expression of our internal representations based on our old experiences, stories, ideas, and beliefs, which are expressed physically.
51, excuse me, we have life strategies or patterns, which are our inner guidelines that govern how we interact with the external world.
52, those who have more strategy and versatility in their life will have greater success and happiness.
And fun.
And fun.
53, you attract into your life the people and circumstances that are in alignment with what you hold in your subconscious.
Ooh, that's big. You know, so are you the type of the person that attracts so-called cheaters, druggies, alcoholics, complainers, bullies? Like, look around your life and see what you've been attracting, right? Okay, 54. We are not disturbed by the events that occur in our life, but rather how we process and internalize them. That's kind of big. So you heard me say bullies and cheaters and stuff. So if you perceive those events as bad, wrong, or they're doing it to me and poor me and I'm a victim, that's why we're disturbed, because we're processing that as wrong. We're processing that as painful or like a victim, like they're doing it to me. So 54 is we are not disturbed by the events in our lives, but rather how we process and internalize them. That's big.
And for the one that was just before that, I want to have a comment from you guys. I became aware sometime several years ago that in order for a person to be a helper, there has to be somebody that needs help. And that's a kind of attraction too. In order for some people, maybe me at times too, I don't know, to get my value about helping someone, but then that means that someone needs help. On the other hand, there's great integrity in someone saying, I can use some help, I need some help. That's a different dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a conscious thing. So, but I think it's important sometimes to separate how we would like to be in the world and how other people can help facilitate that. To make sure that it's a healthy connection. Is that making sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
So
Very
55, which is down there somewhere. It is the thoughts you allow yourself to think, the subjects that you allow your mind to dwell upon, which makes you and your surroundings what they are.
56. If you change your mind, your conditions must change too.
57, we are transformed by the renewing of our mind's stories and memories.
Very good. The person and the behavior are different. We are not our actions.
We are more than our actions.
Oh, we're more than our actions.
More than our actions. 59, all behaviors are motivated by a positive self-adaptive intention.
Yeah. Behaviors, you know. This is when you do behavioral engineering, we know why it's motivating. We know that it's all good intention. It's all part of the survival part, but maybe it worked back then and it's not workable today, you know, like drinking or drugging or fornicating or pornography. Like it worked before and the intention was, you know, it was positive because you wanted some sort of relief, but now it's maladapted. Now it's like it's not healthy. So we know that all behaviors are motivated by a positive self-adapted intention. And so we just have to rewrite that and release that and rewire it so it's not, taking over you. 60.
Also, just one more comment, that conversations about intention are really helpful. They can help you be more honest with not only the person that you're with, whoever that is, but certainly with yourself. As the recognition is, it sounds like, I think, well, I think I know what you meant, what you wanted to convey to me. Here's how it landed. And so the intention conversations are really fascinating.
Yeah, and I think there was a one that your secrets, you're sick as your secrets. And so I think when you are having those honest conversations with yourself, and you're putting your intentions out there, and you're noticing how it's actually really landing in your life and what the impact is of it, that sometimes that in itself can transform it.
Yep. Agree.
Very good. 60, the nice thing about the past is it's over, and all you have is right now.
All we have. Oh.
Yeah.
Now. 61, there are triggers that stir up the past memories and feelings and bring them to the present moment. Darn right. You can change their impact now with a healthy mindset.
62, emotional choice and happiness are possible when we learn how to take control of our internal representational systems.
63, I am more than my actions, thoughts, deeds, and feelings. They are not me, but expressions from my current understanding. I am a dynamic person who learns from my experience, and I am always changing. Great to know.
Yeah, I think if we could adapt that in our, pick one of these mindsets, and just kind of investigate, be curious about how you could apply it in your life and what are the things that you can do. Because if you go around telling yourself, I am a dynamic person who learns from their experiences, that means those experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, are not going to hold you hostage, because you're learning from them. You take what you like and leave the rest, right? And we're always changing. I don't know where we learned that we're done changing. Like, this is it. This is not it. This is it as be here now, but this is not it. Like, your past is not it. 64. I am worthwhile and good.
Can I do one thing with that one?
Uh-huh.
I am a dynamic person. I would rather look. I have trouble with affirmations. I am this. I have all the money I need, or what I don't, and I don't have it. I'm saying, in order for me to deal with that, of being dynamic, learning from my experience and always changing, I turn those into questions when something happens, or what have I learned here from this experience? What have I learned?
Beautiful.
And also, and how is this changing me? How do I feel? What is the atmosphere around me because of this? What can I change?
Beautiful. I love it. That is a great way. Yeah, if you're having trouble knowing that you are a worthwhile and good person, ask the question, where am I worthwhile? Where am I good? Where have I seen it? Where have I experienced it? Because now you're Googling that with your unconscious, and that is going to be what's going to be coming up to the active experience.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say thank you for being here and listening to this 12-step meetup, where we want to share an experience, strength, and hope in changing your mind, changing your life. And, you know, though, if you have emotions that are coming up, if you're noticing something, we always redirect our brain to what we want more of. So if you're noticing you're sad, upset, maybe you're releasing stuff. Always remember that the fastest way that I knew how to interrupt that and collapse that strong emotion, 0 doesn't bother me, 10 it's really strong. And then I notice how much, and then I start tapping. I go, I let it go, let it flow, let it out, let it vent, switch it, flip it, make it nice again. And then you say peace, you go look to the right, go look to the left, do a gaze, think of happy things, think of different colors, because that's called the good, bad collapse. And you're collapsing those emotions that now you can go back to that situation or that event or that memory or that, and then keep repeating it. So one tap mindset, one stands for ONE stands for observe, notice, and experience, right? Like you are aiming towards that. Then you transform it by breathing, by tapping, by doing jumping jacks. So now you're collapsing that. And then the A is for you want to aim into the internal metaphors. Like what's internalizing? What are you internalizing? What are you saying to yourself? Break those habits by tapping, breathing, redirecting your brain. And then P, like be playful, be persistent, wait till you get the peace. So keep doing it until the peace shows up. That is the fastest, quickest way that I have been able to collapse feelings that I don't want to control me or drive me to do things I don't want to do. And that goes for eating, that goes for screaming, yelling, complaining, self-pity, any feeling or sensation that you have that causes you stress, emotional stress, physical stress, do the one tap. That means observe, notice, experience. Go ahead, Leslie.
I'm just thinking, well, so one of the first questions I'm learning to ask myself is instead of immediately saying, I don't want to sound like that, I don't want to do that anymore. What does that suggest to me? What change does that suggest that I can make? And that's where it's just different than pushing something away. It's honoring it first by recognizing it. And that was huge, a really big thing.
Yeah, so honoring it, what Leslie's saying is, so we've been emotionally trained to hide and stuff our feelings, and we're not worthy of figuring out what that is. So here's an opportunity where you can figure out what that is. I recommend that if you do any deep digging, that you do it with a practitioner. You can call Leslie or I or Natasha, and we can walk you through some stuff where you can honor it without getting hijacked emotionally, or getting hitting the jackpot and not knowing what to do with it. We know what to do with it. We can help you rewrite those and transform them through brain training, through neuroplasticity, through behavioral engineering. So, but for the interim, if you have stuff happening right now, do that, and you will start noticing a little bit of relief and a little bit of reprieve and a little bit of rest and maybe even a little bit of reset. So, anything else, Leslie?
Thank you for setting us up. Chance to explore.
Yep.
Yeah,
and we're here on Mondays and Monday mornings and Thursday nights, and the details should be inside the Google or